I wasn't planning on making this video, honestly, but I was scrolling online earlier and saw a post about haunted houses, and it hit me like a punch in the gut. I haven't thought about that summer in years, but now I can't stop thinking about it. I grew up in a really small town in Bulgaria, and when we were teenagers, our main source of entertainment was exploring. We'd find abandoned schools, old factories, forgotten homes. Just dumb, reckless fun. One day, my friend Miro came up with an idea. He told us his grandma had this old house, way out in the countryside. No one had lived there since his grandpa passed away. We can stay there, he said. No one will bother us. We can drink and smoke in peace. For a bunch of bored teenagers, it sounded perfect. The moment we pulled up to the place, I got this weird, sinking feeling in my stomach. It was one of those old, one-story houses with a broken-down fence and a yard so overgrown the weeds were up to your knees. The windows were coated in a thick layer of grime so you could barely see inside. And the smell when we opened the door. It was like dust, mildew, and something else. Something much older that you just can't put a name to. Everything inside was frozen in time. There was old wooden furniture covered in white sheets, yellowed lace curtains hanging by a thread, and family photos on the walls, so faded you couldn't make out any faces. And on the main wall, there was this big round clock. Its hands were stuck at 12. At first, we did what any teenagers would do. We joked about it being haunted, made ghost noises, and laughed at how creepy it was. We were just being idiots. But as the night went on, after midnight, the laughter started to fade. The air in the house grew heavy, almost thick, and then it got quiet. Too quiet. Around 1 a.m., I went outside to take a leak. The moon was bright, and the air was completely still. That's when I heard it. Footsteps. Slow, heavy footsteps coming from right behind me. I froze, my heart pounding in my chest. I whipped around. There was nothing. Just the tall grass shifting in the wind. I rushed back inside and told Miro that I thought someone was walking around the yard. He just looked at me, completely dead serious, and said, "That's normal. It's just Grandpa. He never really left." I let out a nervous laugh. He didn't. Before I could even ask what he meant, we heard a loud asterisk thump asterisk from the next room. It sounded exactly like a chair tipping over, but we knew that room was completely empty. Then came a dragging sound, the slow scrape of wood across the floorboards. And then, a single, sharp asterisk tick. Asterisk, we both turned and stared at the old clock on the wall. The second hand, which had been frozen since we arrived, was moving, but it wasn't moving forward. It wasn't moving backward either. It was doing both. Asterisk, tick-tock, tock-tick, tick-tock. Asterisk, the sound grew louder and louder, echoing through the house until it felt like 100 clocks were all ticking out of sync. The single light bulb we had on flickered once, twice, and then went out, plunging us into darkness. No one said a word. We just scrambled for the door and ran outside. Our hands were shaking so badly, it took us a few tries to light our cigarettes. The air felt colder out there now, like it didn't belong to us anymore. Miro lit his cigarette, then lit an extra one and stuck it upright in the dirt. "For Grandpa," he whispered into the darkness. We just stood there and watched it burn. The tip would glow bright red, then fade, then glow red again. Exactly like someone was taking slow, careful drags. When the cigarette had burned all the way down to a little pile of ash, Miro stared at the ground for a long time. Then he said so softly, I could barely hear him, "He's gone now." We waited a few more minutes before we dared to go back inside. The air felt different. It was thicker, and the whole room smelled faintly of cigarette smoke, and the clock was ticking normally. Its hand showed the time was 2:57 a.m. We just stood there, frozen, watching its second hand sweep around the face. When it reached exactly 3 o'clock, the ticking stopped. The house fell into a perfect, absolute silence. A silence so deep, it felt alive. Miro's face went completely pale. He whispered again, "He's gone." Then he turned and walked outside. We all left right after that. No one said a single word on the drive home. That house is probably gone now, torn down or crumbled into the earth. But sometimes, when I'm awake late at night and the whole world is still and quiet, I swear I can still hear that clock. Asterisk, tick-tock, tick-tock, asterisk, asterisk. I don't really believe in ghosts. But I never asked Miro what really happened to his grandpa all those years ago. And to be honest, I don't think I ever will. Thanks for listening to my story. If you have any of your own you'd like to share, leave them in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this, please consider liking the video and subscribing for more. Stay safe out there.